Hello everybody, welcome back to some Amnesia. Picking up where we left off. We are wherever we are. Honestly don't know. Lantern. Okay, that's a big set of stairs. Just trying to get my bearings. So that, okay. Yeah. Select that one, because why not? Alright, what do we got? We got our tinderbox. Man, when it says a few drops, it really means it, doesn't it?
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
That's one of those things, right, where it's like, he's a murderer, and it's like, okay, I don't feel bad about killing him, but then at the same time, it's like, is he a murderer, though, or are you just telling me that so that I'll kill him? Two levers on the top floor not working is probably some problem with the machinery. Alright. Okay, so. And then this door won't budge. And this should be a pretty quick dead end with a tinderbox in it. Awesome. Okay, I think I've got my bearings now. Okay, so yeah, we've discovered that this guy was supposed to be helping us, and now apparently he wants us to kill somebody, or wanted us to kill somebody. Whether or not we did, I don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible that the way to get rid of the shadow is to not have any memory of doing the thing. I mean, if you don't remember doing it, did it really happen? And the answer to that is yes, it did happen. Like, yeah, it may not be like then you could call into question how culpable is the person, because you get those instances, whether or not in real life, I don't know, but definitely in movies and TV shows where you have the guy who's like, he killed somebody, but then he lost his memory. So is he really still a killer? And it's like his body did the crime, but his mind didn't.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
Alright. And I mean, that's always like, at least somewhat viable question. It's like, they were basically a different person, like if it was more or less a different person. Now, I saw a Reddit post in a similar vein, but different, where it was the person did the crime, but before they were caught, they made a clone, and it's like of themselves with all their memories and everything, like a perfect clone. And it was like, how culpable is the clone in the
Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Whom are you with? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, Are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my. So Babylon shall fall, you say? You worry too much. Alexander is toothless without an arm. He has fun. That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable. Well, guess why more? It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my arm, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken arm and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there.
Okay. An orb is needed to enter the inner sanctum, and his shattered pieces lie scattered in the torture rooms.
I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it's not very dangerous. Look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johan, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help him. A recipe for some sort of potion, a tonic, to free me from this husk of mine.
Okay. Agrippa, the dying man, seeks a note written by a man named Johann Weyer, which I'm assuming I haven't found yet, otherwise I'm sure that he would have just given it to him right there.
Clever? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe the other room. There are sheep hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
Heavy doors blocked. Yeah. Okay, and like this torch. Can I go through here? I can. Now, I don't know if we fixed what we need to at this point. Like, I don't know if there's more to fix than that. I mean, I could very easily see it going either way. But I'm not 100% sure. Hang on a second, I need to close my blinds again. Oh, should probably clean those too. That's kind of gross, actually. Never noticed that the other times I close them, but whatever. Okay. Looks like this door. Well, how much lantern oil do we have? We have 12 lantern oils. That's pretty good. That is not bad at all. What is this? Meat. Okay. We got meat. Alright, so, I mean, it's entirely possible that there's another something somewhere, which I realize.
To me, I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa.
Sure.
That's what's quite important.
I mean, things are going fine. I think I fixed the machinery, so we should be good to pull the lever now. I mean, it's possible that there's something else in like a different area, like through one of the other doors, but there's only one way to find out now, isn't there? I think over this way. Cool. Now, whether or not... I don't know why they bothered to put 2 levers. There's 2 doors.
You have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
I mean, I feel like you can't really stop me. Although I guess you do have... Well, whether or not you're in control of them, there are, you know, monsters running around, so...
Dad, good to see you. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Let's go. I mean, we'll check out both first. We have 3 different ways that we can leave this place, so... Hello? Okay. I have meat. I'm assuming this is getting me. Nothing. Okay. Oh wait, maybe I need to... I don't know why. Yep, alright. Why I'm doing this? Not a clue. Absolutely not a fucking clue. Okay, well, it pulled the rope. And what did I get? Remains, eh? Okay. The bone is covered in mucus. Okay, so I'm assuming that I need that mucus then. He did say that he was supposed to be getting like a potion that that was supposed to supposed to kill him, basically, it sounded like. Okay. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away while I remain the same. Aged not by time, but by anguish. Weyer taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Weyer claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer. If I can find the internal gland from a large specimen, the choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tempter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Cairn. I'll have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Alright, so we got the Tempter. And then it looks like we need to go to the choir and whatever and find the other torture room to get the other stuff, to get the blood and vitae. Or I guess the Vitae is a blood, right? Alright then. Okay, I guess we're going here next. Alright, so not that door. We will in fact be going to the door upstairs. Agrippa wants a specific tonic made to save them. One note speaks of a mixture made with 3 ingredients. Okay. Fine. Oh, you know what? I don't think I actually needed to come up here for that. Yeah, the chancel. That's where we're going. Oh wow, this is rather well lit. It's a surprise. Got blue. Oh wow. I don't know what a chancel is, but I was gonna say, am I getting a vision or going crazy?
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
I mean, so like we're descending into the underworld then, I take it? Oh, hello. I guess we'll go this way then. Since he's over there. I'm assuming he doesn't come in that door, but obviously I have no real way of knowing.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
Okay. Bucket of tar. Tinderbox. Still trusting that that guy isn't going to be coming in here. Okay. Oh, right. I need that. Okay, we want to grab. No, I want it. Why won't it budge though? Solid metal and in good shape. so I guess we just can't get through here right now. Yeah, I guess not. Alright. Well, now we, I guess, need to wait to see if the monster is still there. Did he go somewhere else? I don't see him anywhere, so. I guess, just in case. Although I guess he came from this way. He may very well have started in this room. All is lost. I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me most impetuous. Fearing a paucity, I don't know that word, of prisoners, I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I've tried everything, but have yet to mend the thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There's still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to... That's not the right past to use, right? Should be past, like SSED, not ST. In vain, and I begin to wonder if I will ever be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? Look, it's armor. Can we put this on? I mean, it may not be, you know, super helpful against the monsters, but you never know. What is this? Huh. Oh, look at that, he's got a bunch of them. It's kind of cool. I mean, he's also got a bunch of tablets here. Well, this doesn't look like a sacrificial altar at all. Alright, so I'm going to assume that the bucket of tar is going to be used in order to so we could go that way, but we can't actually proceed yet. And there's nothing for us to pick up down there, so there's no point. We'll just peace out here. Because we need the orb to continue. I tried to open the door. It had gone too far. The man was suffocating as he could no longer breathe properly between the lashes. Displeased, he started to look for the Damascus rose oil. Okay, I don't know what that is, so. I mean, I know what rose oil is, more or less.
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
That is... It's not a bad tactic, actually. I mean, obviously it's torture. It's a horrible tactic, but I mean, assuming you're going for torture, having the other prisoners hear what's going on, I feel like that's pretty solid. Like pretty solid go fuck yourself to the prisoners. Make them a little maybe more pliable. Right at the, you know. Oh my, that's a lot of candles. Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna have to put someone. After the minute secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Oh. Look at all these tools. And what is this one?
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, take the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
All right. Oh my god, rather dark out here.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Alright, well, I have to assume now that our mind is, yeah, just fucking... I do like that that's, like... Oh, hello. Well then. I don't actually have the, I still have this glass jar, and I'm assuming that's what I need to put the blood or whatever in. Okay, so apparently this next area is the most dangerous area in the game. So, I mean... maybe we'll die a lot, I don't know. Guess it depends on whether or not... because there's like 6 different monster spawns in here. So, I mean, if they all remain, I could see it. I could see us dying a lot, but if they despawn, we should be fine.
Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Sure. I can't tell if it's actually bright in here or not. I mean, I see these torches, and I can see well enough. But, like, I don't know if that's, like, I can see light, or if it's just, like a general, the player needs to at least be able to see a little bit of where he's going type deal, you know? I mean, I have so many of these, I may as well. I don't know, like, I know that this is the final act of the game, but I don't know whether or not there's more areas that have, like, where, like, I'll need things or not. I mean, this has got to be, like, where we get okay. Well, I mean, I don't really want to go in there. There's a piece of the orb, though. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to leak. You know what? Not a real torture device, as it turns out. That was something that, you know, somebody came up with, but had never been used, which is interesting, because I mean, and I feel like it's interesting because I don't think anybody ever questioned it, you know? It was just one of those things, like, somebody made it up, and then people looked at it and was like, yeah, that seems about right. Like, there was no real, like, nah, that's not a real thing. Just like, yeah. Sure, I believe that. Okay, so if we go, okay, this way. Just book it down here. So that may have spawned something. But if it did, it should have spawned it to walk over the bridge, if I'm reading this right. And, isn't something I necessarily have to worry about, hopefully. Also, I feel like my sanity is not doing well. I feel like this is definitely, like, dark and not kinda dark, but I can still see it. Alright, let's see. Okay. Something may have spawned behind me there as well.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Huh. Did not know that part of the that device. I mean, I know what the wheel is. To be fair, I never really knew what they did with it. I mean, Because, I mean, they just kind of strap them to a wheel. Another piece of the orb. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly, took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. So, like, did they, like, tie their arms to the wheel, but, like, their legs to the floor so that they, and then, you know, they would turn the wheel and it would, you know, like, pop their legs and hip and whatnot out of joint and break it and whatnot? Like, I don't understand what exactly they did with the wheel. Okay, now there is another one that's supposed to spawn if I go this way. There's also supposed to be a tinderbox down here. I mean, things are shaking, but I don't think that has to do with what spawned. I don't hear him groaning anymore. So I guess he's gone. Oh, nope, there he is. He is there. So now the question is, though, what exactly is he going to do? I can't imagine that he comes over here, like behind this post, but just going to walk straight and go, like, fall into the pit that's there, or... I mean, I feel like I see him down there, but I don't know because my screen is so fucked from the stupid insanity feature. Oh, there he is. So wait, is this a different one then? Oh, also that is definitely a different looking dude. Oh, and then he goes back. This guy. See, I hate that just looking at them does it, because it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know where they are if I'm not allowed to look at them? And it could be like, oh, you gotta, you know, choose when to look or something, but, you know, still. It's very annoying. I was gonna say, I feel like it's there not because I can see it, but just because, like, my vision was going all fucky. this one just to get... Oh, wow. All the cockroach. Are they on my face? Like, really? That's really weird. I mean, my sanity isn't even that low. So I don't even know why they would be... What the fuck that was about. Colony of poisonous fungi. No. Oh, we got a poison gland. Okay, so that is the other piece we need. Oh, hello. Cow. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm assuming you're not a real cow. Oh, this is the Iron Bull. I know this one. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bull as he was... Oh, brass bull. He was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull bellow. Yeah, that one I knew. Put people in that. Why a bull? I don't know. But at the very least, I know of that torture device. Yeah, you just put somebody in there and then cook them. But yeah, why they decided bull, I don't know. But, you know, whatever. They want a bull, let them have a bull. Now then, all that is required is for me to make my exit now. Now, whether or not any of these things that I spawned in have despawned, I don't know. But I should be able to... I was gonna say, as long as I can see the... or find the bridge, I should be able to just like book it straight to the exit. Without worry, because they can't follow me through the loading zones. That doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Like, I really don't know why they did that. Hey buddy, I got another piece.
Looks like you cleaned out the choir. Head for the transept and find the rest of the ore pieces.
Will do. The remaining ore piece can be found in the transept. Yup. I was about to ask, I was about to say I wonder why they call that place the choir, but I guess since, you know, it's where everybody got tortured, but all of their songs were sent through the pipes. Oh, this is a rather large room. If this was a combat game, I'd say boss fight, but, you know.
How much more am I supposed to withstand?
This one. Prepare him.
Very dark area. Alright, what do we got? What's this one? was just pulling them apart. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted, and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. Yeah, I could see that. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Well, I mean, you got this here, so I'm assuming her legs were cuffed in there, and then her hands. Yeah, fuck yeah, pretty good. What is this? Oh, that's the orb. Ah, look at that. There it is. Look, they got a nice illustration for you and everything. Can I, what's this? Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, that would be... Well, I mean, obviously, they're torture devices. They would all be painful, but, you know... That one would be one of those, like... That most people, I feel, probably underestimate the amount of pain that it would cause, you know? Do you imagine if they got one of those people who could just do that themselves? Like, they could just, like, bend their arms that way, and then they tried to torture them, and it's like, alright, what are you doing, dude? More keys. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. I mean, I can't say that I disapprove of that. I mean, they hung the rapist upside down and made sure that, it wasn't going to happen again. Now, there is blood here, so I wonder... Find a way to lower the vessel to collect the blood. Okay. So we'll need to come back here. I'm glad that I lit up the hallway. This is a cool place. Like, I like this building. I don't know whether or not it would make sense if you were to, like, lay it out, but I do like it.
Let me go, you brute!
I'm not gonna light this hallway up.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course.
Oh,
We
I
are
know this
dealing with monsters here.
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything. I've been innocent.
So yeah, this one I know. Although, usually I feel it's longer and not just a straight up spike, but you string the person up above them, and then instead of, unlike the last one, or I guess the one before that, where you stretch them until they, pop and die, this one here, you actually lower them and have them relax, because then, obviously they get relaxed on the spike. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. They could make him forget again? That's weird. But yeah, that one there I've seen before too, but normally it's like, it isn't a pyramid. it's longer. But hey, we have all the orb pieces now. We still need to get the blood for Agrippa, so I'm assuming that there's something up here, because I don't have anything. No, I don't have anything in my inventory to do that. Alright. Let's see what we got in here. Some more torture tools. Looks like I got a bit of string. Maybe that's what I need. Oh. No. Just a random bit of paper. Oh, another memory. Cylinder thing. It is you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Let's see. So there should be lantern oil there. Let's see. Lantern oil, a memory cylinder, the string.
Excuse me.
It does say there's supposed to be a note here. I mean, I would. Oh, it was that. Okay. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. You mean screaming? Yeah. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effects I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible, with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue. No, I'm pretty sure subside is the correct word. Then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. So, have they not been killed? That must be Alexander. Have not been killing all of these people? Like they want some of them. Like they've been torturing them, and then I guess, right, if that's what you were trying to do, get blood out of them. That's the wrong way. To get blood out of them when they're terrified, right? Like you don't necessarily need them to die, but then obviously if they've endured the same torture over and over again, then, I mean, the amount of fear that they would feel doing it would probably go down. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like the first time you do it, they'd be scared. The second time, they'd probably be even more scared because they already know what's coming. And then depending on the person, you know, obviously. But at some point, they would definitely be less scared. Alright, glass jar of blood. Substance needs to be purified first. I don't know how to do that. I have absolutely no idea how to do that. But hey, we got all 3 ingredients. Now if only I had a chemistry station. This way I do live. Okay. Oh, we've read that one before for some reason.
it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save him.
Okay, I'm working on it.
My faith is in your hands.
But I need to get over there first. Get up. And getting caught on the stairs. It's kind of annoying. But to be fair, it's kind of annoying just because I've been having issues with it. Alright. I don't know what to do. Because I need to get through there as far as I can tell. But yeah, I don't know how to get to the... Because we're supposed to be going to the cells next, but I don't know how to get there. Oh, I see. Well then, ain't that a bitch. I mean, I'm not sure I ever would have really... Well, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. Because we have to basically act like we aren't going to help them.
I see that all the ore pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you.
Which, you know... So I would have spent probably a large amount of time running around trying to find a way to help that guy without coming back here, because why would I?